I am one of NLC's federal lobbyists. I oversee a portfolio of human development issues, but I also oversee NLC's federal advocacy portfolio, which is how cities, towns, and villages provide a voice before the courts, largely the Supreme Court of the United States, which is where we are today. And that's really important because we have seen over these last number of years that the Supreme Court is taking up more and more cases that impact local government and their operations. In fact, in this last term, we saw a huge amount of cases across public safety, things like how ghost guns are regulated and how that impacts local police departments, the environment, permitting around the Clean Water Act, employment. Cities are employers. So what does that mean for FLSA? What does that mean for post-employment benefits? And importantly, this idea of nationwide injunctions. We've seen the courts across the United States having to answer this question in so many cases, and this is going to be increasingly important to local governments, particularly around funding, federal funding and grants cases in these coming years. There are some cases that you want to keep your eyes on. The first is First Choice versus Platkin. This is a case really for the interest of cities, thinking about how we are preserving the authority of local governments to issue and pursue administrative subpoenas. Case versus Montana. This is a case that looks at city liability if the government exception is narrowed. And of course, we are likely to see some tariffs cases come before the courts too, which could impact local economic development across the board in communities in this country. Join us in early December for our next Supreme Court webinar, which will preview in great detail the cases of the upcoming term impacting local government.